Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Smith here, ready to teach you a little bit about geometry today. So it's our first lesson, my first time making this video. So hopefully it goes smoothly. Hopefully it'll help you out a little bit and make it easier for you going forward, having some examples. So at any time you can pause this video, you can go back and rewind. If you're not sure about something, go back. Always look over it more than once, okay? So I'm gonna go over the basic vocabulary first for this chapter, and for the first lesson at least. We have a point. A point very simply looks like a dot. It really means an exact location. So when you were talking about point A has a specific location. So then we have what's called a line in geometry. We are used to seeing a line look like that, but in geometry, a line is a straight line with arrows going in opposite directions infinitely. So on and on and on and on and on. So it will go in both directions forever and ever and ever. A ray is a little bit different. A ray has an end point and then has an arrow going in one direction infinitely, on and on and on and on and on. So a ray has an endpoint with one arrow continuously moving on, where a line has arrows going in both directions and has points within it, but not an endpoint. A line segment is a line with no arrows, absolutely none. So just two endpoints with a line connecting in between them, where you could label multiple points within this line, but it does not move on and on and on and on. For example number 1, it talks about Molly drew this figure, right? The figure extends in opposite directions, and the arrows indicate that it extends without ending. That's what that arrow means. It extends without ever ending, but it does have points within the line. So in this case, Molly drew a line because it has two arrows going in opposite directions. This line is represented to us with the 2 points X and Y. So this is called line XY. You can write this in a couple different ways. You can write line XY, or you can write XY, the little line above it, showing the two arrows above it. So you can write this or this. Okay? That's example number 1. Below example number 1, you're going to see some of those key concept vocabularies that I've gone over up above, but I'm going to keep those up there as well for the video. For example number 2, it says, draw a figure that could be represented by line segment CD. So CD, you can see, has the symbol that's just a flat line. It doesn't have any arrows above it, so it doesn't show anything. So this just means a line segment. So I'm going to draw a line segment. First, I look up here, line segment. Oh, has two endpoints and a line in between. Now, CD, I need to label these 2 points with the letters C and D. You should always write them in the order that they're written here. So your points should go in the same order as the name, okay? So that is example number 2. Okay? That's what you should be drawing for example number 2. Remember, if I'm moving too fast, pause the video, write what you need to write, and then press play. Okay? Example number 3 says, identify the figure at the right. So the figure looks like this. The arrow doesn't look very good. So if I look up at the top and I look at my vocabulary for this lesson, I can see, ooh, it has an end point and one arrow. If it has an end point and one arrow, then it's a ray, okay? Yes, it has another point within the line, and that's okay. This can have an infinite amount of points in here. It could have multiple, could have 6, 7, 10, 100. But we are showing 2 points here, an end point and a point, okay? So this figure is called a ray AB. Or you can write AB with a little ray symbol above it. You see how this line only has one arrow? So I'm writing a one arrow AB in the order that it's written up here as well, okay? For guided practice down below, you will see there's a few different figures. Try to do those on your own first, okay? Pause the video. Hopefully you paused the video. All right, I'm gonna put up the examples now. Number 1, where it shows QR. This is called a line segment. So you could have written line segment QR, or you are with just a straight line above it, no arrows at all, okay? Number 2, you can see has 2 arrows going in opposite directions infinitely, going on forever and ever and ever. They're going in opposite directions. And it has the letter FB. So, looking at my picture, I know it's a line. So I would either write line FB or FB with a little line that has 2 arrows above it. Okay, number 3. Looks like, not so straight. It has an end point and 1 arrow. So this is a ray. This is a ray AC, or you can write AC with a line with 1 arrow. Rays only have 1 arrow. And last but not least on the guided practice is number 4. Has 2 arrows labeled and 2 points labeled D and F. So this is a line DF, or you can write DF with a line with arrows on both sides. Okay? I hope this is enough explanation for you to begin the independent practice. If you have any questions, please ask your parents. Maybe they can look it up. You can go on Khan Academy, watch some videos on there as well. Or if you really are struggling, you can still send me an email or a parent square, and I will be glad to help you out. All right, bye everyone.